Hello. So this is take 2 of this video because I forgot to hit record and I started. That's why you see a mess over here already, because I was already in the middle of it and then happened to look up and it was not recording. My bad. Hi, my name is Debbie Danford. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you can find me at craftiercreations.blogspot.com. And today I wanted to come to you with a quick video using the butterflies and flowers layering decorative masks. One thing real quick, if you don't follow my YouTube page yet or my blog, you can find my blog, as I said, at craftiercreations.blogspot.com. And under this video, you'll see that like button and you want to like it, and then hit that little bell, and then you can get all the updates when I do videos and everything. And then I will also post all the links down below for my blog and Facebook and all those things, so you know where to find me. And if you don't have a demonstrator, I'd be more than happy to help you. Okay, so these decorative masks, now what we're going to use, and like I said, I had started, so you're going to see tape and some things already on these. We're going to be using the solid butterfly and then, excuse me, this flower. But this set of masks comes with 6 total masks. You've got other flowers, you've got this background, the daisy background, and this like filigree type background. And I am, for the month of February, I am offering a bonus class using this set, and it's $25. You get the masks and the supplies to make 4 cards, and that includes shipping mailed to you. You can find out all the details on that on my blog, like I said, and I'll post that link for you. Just to show you real quick, a couple other samples. Now we're going to be using the solid butterfly, and then we're using the flower, like I said, in the layer. You can also use, like here's one with the butterfly, whoops, and then the butterfly layer. And then here's another one using like the daisy stencil and that filigree stencil. And I have a whole bunch of more. I'll show you some more at the end too. I have used Flirty Flamingo, and this one was 5.5 by 8.5. The one I'm doing today is 4.25 by 11. I was thinking that's what direction I had this one cut, but. And then you're going to want a piece of basic black 4 by 5.25, a piece of shimmery white that's 3 3/4 by 5. I like to blend a lot on shimmery white. It's my favorite. And then on the inside, you have a piece that's 4 by 5.25. This is already glued on because I did it in the first non-recorded video. I didn't glue this down yet because I was thinking I might do a little bit of blending in the corner with the butterfly, but we'll see. I was thinking about that as I was getting ready to do this. Okay, so what we're going to do first, and we're going to start with, we're using Flirty Flamingo and Calypso Coral as our 2 colors. And we are going to start with the solid butterfly. Now, I already taped this off because, like I said, I had started. See, here's where I had started. And I flipped it because I'm going to start over. 2 sides to every piece of paper. And I'm going to kind of put this, yeah, like right there. Just like that. And I'm going to reuse some of these pieces of, I'm using just washi tape to tape mine off. You can use any kind of tape or Post-it notes if you like to use Post-it notes. I'm not a fan of Post-it notes myself, only because I like having something that's sticky all the way and not just one little strip that's sticky. Now, sometimes I have laid just a Post-it note down if I'm covering just a spot that I want covered very quickly, but or I know there's like, it's called purple tape. I can't think of what it's called. I think I have some somewhere, but this was handy on my desk, and I have a whole bunch of rolls of washi tape, and this is just a great way to use it. So we're always going to start, our lighter color was Flirty Flamingo, and the layering color is Calypso Coral. So we're going to, you always want to start with, looks like I got something on there. You always want to start with the lighter color. So I'm going to move my Calypso Coral aside, and I'm just going to ink up my brush. I tend to hold mine right here so I have control of my pressure. If you're a heavy-handed blender, you just want to make sure you're heavy-handed with the whole card. So when you go to put the darker on, it's going to be darker than what this is. I'm not a heavy-handed blender. I blend very lightly. I have to do a lot of layers to get it dark. Now we're going to do this. There's different ways you could do this. If you were using the butterfly layer here, you could put your all three solid colors down first, or two, or however many you were putting down. But in this case, we're going to do it a little different. I'm not going to lift this up yet because I'm going to go ahead and lay this right down like this. And I probably could get away with holding it, but I'm going to go ahead and tape at least a corner down with this. Now I'm only doing this half of the butterfly first, and then we'll move it and do the other half of the butterfly. So I'm just going to put a piece of washi tape like right there. It doesn't need to be over the whole thing because I am still going to hold it a little bit. Now we're going to come in with our Calypso Coral. Now, you do want to, here's where I might use a sticky, and I'm going to bring one in and just show you. Because I really don't want to tape all of this off, but I do want to make sure I don't get so heavy-handed over here that I end up getting ink over there that I don't want. And if you wanted, you could like move your tape just a little bit to hold it down right there. There, see, that works. Okay. Ink up our brush, and I'm going to come in from this side. I'm going to move that out of the way a little bit. And then I'm going to just start doing my flower here. Now, it's only going to put ink where that butterfly is open. This is where I made my mistake. I did all the butterflies and then peeled it off and didn't put it back down. So I couldn't figure out why I had some overlap where I didn't need it until I was thinking about it. So now I'm going to pull this up, just set it aside in case I need it. I'll keep that there. We're just going to pull this up. So there's our one half. Now I'm going to take this, and I kind of went over a little further than I probably needed to, but that's okay. When I line this up, I'll just make sure I go kind of like this. Or I could do it like this. Yeah, I think actually I'm going to go like that. So now what I'll do is add some tape there, and I'm going to go ahead and put this sticky right there. Just so all I'm going to do, now if I'm not careful, I could end up getting tape right there. So I'll just peel this piece up. You just kind of have to pay attention to where you might have open areas. Like that's under my blotter paper, so I'm okay there. All right, so now we're going to come in like this. Always start off on your paper first, your blotter paper first, before you go straight to your cardstock. And then we're just going to add a little bit more ink. And remember, you can always go darker, but you can't go lighter. Okay, that's probably good. Lift these up. And we're going to lift this up. And I'm going to keep some of that tape because I'm just going to reuse it. So there's our first one. We could keep it just like that and do one, like I showed you in, let's see, one. Oh, no, I didn't. So let's see. I think I have, here's one where it's just a single butterfly, just like that. And that's using both butterfly stencils. So that gives you room to do a phrase. Like if you look at my sample here, I didn't put a phrase on it. I hesitated, I went back and forth, couldn't decide, but I felt like this one did not need a phrase. And I did do some blending with Flirty Flamingo just around the edges when I was done. Okay, so we're going to do our next layer, probably right like this. And I'm just going to run a piece of tape right there. Now remember, we're going back to the lighter color, the Flirty Flamingo. And I'm going to come over here and just start off to the side and add ink right here. Just like that. Just a light dose of Flirty Flamingo. Now, Here for this one, I think what I'll do is I'm going to layer it up, just lay it down just like that. And I'll just use that piece of tape there and that piece of tape there. We're going to bring in our Calypso Coral. This is where you kind of have to keep track of what colors you're using where, just because how your stenciling is working here. Start off to the side, and then we'll add our top layer here. Now we'll lift that half up, and then we're going to just come over and do this half, just like that. Now I'm going to just bring in that little piece of, I just don't want myself to get so heavy-handed that I get ink up here or over there. So I'll just bring in that Post-it note there. This is where they come in handy, is when you have a bigger area that you're just trying to protect. Off to the side, then we'll add our ink. I mean, we're only adding it in this little corner of this butterfly wing. Okay. Let's pull this up. Okay, there we have two of them. Now we could stop there and save room for a phrase if you wanted, but I think I'm going to go ahead and add one more. Now you do have to be careful. What did I do with it? Just in case, I was looking for my Kleenex. I thought I had one out. I was wiping off. Just in case you start to get too much ink on your stencil, you can always wipe it off a little bit. That way you don't transfer ink. I mean, you're going to wipe these down either like, if you use them a lot, you could just easily run them underwater, or you can just wipe them down with a baby cloth or a, you know, microfiber towel, whatever you use. Anything just to wipe the ink off. I don't really need these here anymore. It's not going to matter, but they're already there, so... let's take a look here. I think I'm okay. Here, I'll just put this here since there's already tape on it and cover that right there. And I'm actually going to pull this up and cover right there. And I should be okay. So, Calypso Coral out of the way. Lighter color first. Flirty Flamingo. Start off on your grid paper first, or your scrap paper, or whatever you use for your base. I use our grid paper, but I have so many underneath here. Like I start with the clean one, and then I just reuse them over and over and over when I'm making my own cards, you know, that aren't on camera, and until they have so much ink on them that I'm picking up transfer off of them. Then I switch out to a new one. So this one, I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to pick this up here, and I'm going to slide it over here. And now I'm going to bring in my darker color again, Calypso Coral. Start off the side, and I don't have this taped down as you saw it move. Kind of right there, but I was just going to hold it. Because you're going so quickly here with just little areas. Sometimes it is just easier to hold it. Okay, there's that half of the wing. I'm going to lift that up. Then I'm going to come over here. And my butterfly actually moved just a little bit there, I can see. I probably pushed on it too much. And then I'm going to come over. See, I didn't quite get enough there, but what I'm going to do is take this just like that. And I'm holding it down. I'm not even there. I had a piece of tape there. I'll start off the side here and come over like this. Now, I didn't want to drag it this way because I didn't tape any of that off. So I came over here and then just went straight to my paper. And hopefully I got it all. Now you can always peek. And there we go. Now we can peel all these up. And here's what we end up with. We'll get the Calypso Coral out of the way. Set these aside. What do you think? I like it. I just, these two colors, I'm not a pink person, but I like the coral color, but the flirty flamingo really went well being the base for this card. Now I'm going to take the flirty flamingo and I'm just going to go back around it just on the edges. I like to just soften my edges up a little bit so you don't have that harsh white behind it, but you don't have to do that. That's just my preference. And there we go. So there's our front. Slide that out of the way. Now all we're going to do is attach this to the front. Now you certainly could add like baker's twine, the black baker's twine. Here, let me grab a piece really quick. And we're just going to hold it on there and see what we think. Now see, that wouldn't be bad. Maybe on this one we're going to try it. I'm going to try a little bit of baker's twine. And I think I'm going to put it like right down here towards the bottom. I'll see what it looks like. So, sorry, that was my tape gun that was empty. Bring in my stamp and seal here. There we go. Now, normally I would use, I use glue, mono glue a lot, but since we're putting ribbon down first, I just run tape along all four sides all at the same time. And then I add my ribbon like this. Now, I'm not telling you this is the right way or the wrong way. It's just how I do it. Everybody does it different. Some people tape their ribbon and bling with just regular Scotch tape. But there's so many options of ways to do it. Whatever's comfortable for you. And then whoops, picking up my washi tape. I always go back over that piece of ribbon and add a little bit of adhesive again, just to make sure it stays in place. And then we will put this right on top here, centered, just like that. And then what I'm going to do, and I could have done more than one there. I should have done maybe a couple of the baker's twine, but that's okay. Now this particular one, see, I already have a phrase cut. I could end up putting the hello on this one. I think I will. That'll show you guys two different ways to, with a phrase and without a phrase, since I already had it sitting here still. I don't even remember what this is from, but I'll have to look it up now. And we're going to bring in some dimensionals because we want to pop that up. And we'll just add a couple of these. Just like that. And I'm just going to pop it right down here in the corner. And we're going to add a few of the iridescent rhinestones just down the center of that butterfly, I think is all we're going to do. I think I'm going to take a medium one and put it like in the center there, and then take two smaller ones and put them like this. Of course, you could do it any way you want. I think the first one I only did just 3 small ones. There we go. There's 2 different versions of the same card. This one I went a little bit darker, I can tell, than what I did over here. Or I could have re-inked my pad. It's hard to say. Everyone's going to turn out a little different only because you're using pressure, so it's going to depend on your pressure. But there's those 2. So just real quick, now I showed you this one, and I showed you this butterfly one. Here's another, I think I showed that one. And then just to give you an idea, here's one with that background just in the rainbow effect. And then I used layering. I can't remember what this is called either. I'll have to look that one up. It's right there on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, and stamped hello. Yes, I know I stamped it crooked. My bad. Here's one using just the flowers. Pretty bright. This is with the Magenta Madness, and I can't remember what color I used underneath. I think Purple Posy, but I can't remember. But I'm not a pink person, but I thought the card itself turned out good. And here's one using this stencil, which is my least favorite because it is it moves really easy. So you have to be careful with this one. But I thought it was a great card. I thought it turned out really nice. Very simple, easy to make. And let's see, what else do we have? Here's another one using the just Purple Posy and Blackberry Bliss. The only two colors I used. It's all about pressure. Oh, and Magenta Matte, or polished pink here. So it gives you an idea. And then I just die cut the thanks and layered it up. And added the bling there too. But gives you an idea of so many different ways you can use these stencils. And I look forward to bringing you some more videos with these stencils because I really love this set. It is awesome. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also, if you're not on my mailing list, you can sign up to follow my blog and any posts I put out there for classes or events or specials that Stampin' Up! Has. And if you're looking for a demonstrator and don't have one, give me a call or shoot me an email or Facebook message or any of those. Any or all of the above. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.